and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today I'm going to introduce you to a relatively new business owner in our community. His name is Giuseppe Gimo. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much.
It's great to have you. You purchased several of our McDonald's restaurants fairly recently and moved here from the DC area. Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah, I've just been down here since January of last year. So.
And which McDonald's do you own?
I own and operate 3 restaurants, the one at Fox Hill, the one on Mercury Boulevard, and the one at the intersection of Jefferson and Mercury. So.
Technically, that's Newport News, but it's so close.
So close.
We can
right
include
there.
it a little bit also. Now, there's a couple on Mercury. Yours is the one near Ollie's,
That's
right?
correct. That's correct.
And I am so interested because a lot of, I'm not impugning anyone, but a lot of fast food restaurants are kind of chain operated and they're a little bit the same.
Right.
And you come from a little bit of a different mold there where you are a part of the community with your business. Tell me how that came about and what kinds of things you're doing and sponsoring.
Yeah, I mean, one of my main goals is as a McDonald's franchisee is, yes, there's McDonald's all over the world, right? My main goal and what I tell my team each and every day is I want people that when they come into our restaurants, I want there to be a clear, it's clearly different. And I want them to understand that through our website and things that we do, that all the things that we do is to go back and support the community that we do business in and give back as much as possible that we can to our neighborhood and around our restaurants. So
what kinds of events have you been doing?
Yeah, so I mean, first and foremost, I mean, big thing that it's kind of something dear to my heart is we do a lot of partnerships with the Red Cross. We try to set up where we get the mobile van out there and partner up with them to do blood drives and things like that. And that's been successful. That's just been a great turnout. We partnered up with the Armed Service Blood Program, which has been great to support some of our military families. And with this being such a big military community, I mean, we're trying to, whatever we can do to kind of get back and give back to our military families. And then we do, also with our Coffee with a Cop. I mean, that's something that we do on a monthly basis. We do that in all 3 restaurants on a monthly basis. And that's just been great. I mean, it's beautiful to see where, you have the community coming into the restaurant and the officers. And it's been great. We even got the fire department involved in a couple times. And it's been coffee and, the firefighters too. So it's been great. So
how does that work? I know I've had the chief talk about it before, but from your perspective, what you're contributing is coffee, right?
Yeah, I mean, we contribute coffee, but it's really, the coffee's not the main. I mean, it's just about having the conversations and really just bringing the community together. And my main goal is having my restaurants be part of the community where the community interacts with each other on a day-to-day basis. And
it's so different. I mean, when fast food restaurants started, it was about fast. It was, designed for the drive-through and to get people in and out. And you're thinking of it more as a community gathering place.
Right, yeah. I mean, so many people in the community come through our restaurants each and every day. And especially at our Fox Hill restaurant, I mean, we have 4 schools that are around that area. I mean, you come there on an afternoon and it's full of students, and it's great because, a lot of people remember McDonald's as the hangout spot, back in, and I love that. I mean, I encourage the students to come in and I've gone in there in the afternoon and see kids at the table doing homework. I mean, I think that's great. It shows that we're in the community and they want to be in our restaurant. So I think that's great.
It is, and it also, so McDonald's have this great sort of throwback retro kind of feel because they've been around so long, and yet, they're very up to date, but I think it's one of those things that parents and grandparents can look back on and say, yeah, I used to do that when I was in high school, kind of a thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's like I said, that's our main goal, is just to be I want when people think about us to think we're there in the community, and this is the place you can come and socialize and hang out and have a good time, and that's my goal.
So how did you get to owning, and I'm going to say this on air, I hope it doesn't embarrass you, but you look quite young to be, to have 3 restaurants already at this age. How did you get to this point in your life?
Look, well, it's a long story, but long story short, I started in McDonald's in 2008, actually North Carolina. I'm born and raised in Greensboro, North Carolina, and so when I finished college, I was kind of, I knew I wanted to be in hospitality. I grew up in the restaurant business. I'm Italian, and so my parents had an Italian restaurant. I've always had this bug, a niche. I just loved the energy of restaurants. And then, so I went to school and studied restaurants and hospitality. And I came out and, I started in the hotel business actually my first year. And that just wasn't for me. The restaurant kept calling me, and all throughout college, that's what I worked in restaurants and stuff. So got out and started in corporate. There was a director of housekeeping that worked in the hotel my first year, and she said, you got to try McDonald's. And I said, sure. I had this interest, and to give it a shot. And so I started there, and then my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, her family was in the McDonald's business. And so it sparked this interest for me. And so I worked in corporate from 2008 to 2011, and then I went up to DC and then got married and joined with my father-in-law and worked with him for many years. And then got into the franchisee program and bought my first restaurant inside the Pentagon. That was my first restaurant.
Well, that's a unique location.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, being in that restaurant each and every day, and I see 4-star generals, 3-star generals, and the Commandant of the Marine Corps. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, so it was an awesome experience. And then I got the opportunity to sell that restaurant and to come down here. So, and I love it down here. It's great. So.
Do you? So why Hampton? I mean, what attracted you to here, and what do you like or not like, or what's it like being here? You've been here for a year now.
Yeah, I love it personally. I have three children. A 1, a 2, and a 3-year-old. So all my kids are really young. But there's so many activities. I mean, my wife and we take the kids to different areas. I mean, to different children museums. Just many different things. It's just. Put it this way, we haven't gotten bored yet. You know what I mean? It's like we're always finding different parts, and you want the water, you got the water. You want to do whatever. I mean, there's just so many activities. What I like at the end of the day, it's really great for kids and families, in my personal opinion. And it suits me really well with the kids and keeping them entertained and stuff like that. So I love it for families. So.
All right, so what are your goals? If at your age you already own 3 McDonald's, like what comes next?
I just want to continue to grow. I mean, continue to grow within the community. I mean, I'm trying to what is it? Crawl, walk, then run. So I'm just enjoying where I'm at, and just trying to really run the best restaurants possible, and and just for the community to really just embrace and love the restaurants. And so yeah, I mean, just continue to grow. But yeah.
All right, so if people out there are looking at your success and thinking, all right, he's got something, what tips would you have for people who maybe want to open up a restaurant or want to be a franchisee? Like, what have you learned along the way?
Well, it's a lot of hard work. I will tell you that. Sometimes people say, oh, it seems so easy, but it's not. I mean, this has been a grind for many, many years. I mean, like I said, I started off in the restaurants, as an hourly person in 2008. So, I mean, this has been
But you didn't. You started out probably in your parents' restaurant, and you grew up, and you saw what their hours were like, right?
And I mean, I remember seeing, my father, he worked all day. So this has been a grind. I mean, this has not been something that's just been 1, 2, 3. I would advise anybody to, first of all, stay hungry. You keep never settle. Stay humble. Keep going each and every day. But it's a lot of hard work. But stay at it. Stay consistent, because it will pan out. But The restaurant business it's a tough business, but it's a very rewarding business. I mean, and the impact you have on people's lives. I mean, I can't tell you how many employees I see, and how many employees I've seen start at an hourly position and have become general managers. And it's just like, wow, I mean, the progression, the impact you can have on people's lives, it's amazing. And so for somebody going back to starting a business, I would just say, you know, stay at it, stay consistent, and grind, because once you build your team, that's what it's all about, is having a wonderful team. And so anyway.
That's great. Okay. Yeah. Well, is there anything you want to mention or note that I haven't asked you before we close?
No. I mean, I'd love to. If anybody wants to get in touch with me or anything like that, they can go on our website. We have a website, jimomanagement.com, and all our information is there if anybody wants to get in contact with me. So
great. Well, thank you for choosing Hampton and for being such a part of our community so quickly.
Awesome.
Appreciate that.
Of course. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
And thank you for watching. I hope you will come give blood, meet with the cop, try things out, and he's very open. Ask him questions if you have them. Thanks for watching.